Welcome to Jesus Changes Everything, a daily podcast dedicated to providing a fresh look at the ancient and glorious truth that Jesus not only reigns, but is busy about the business of bringing all things under subjection, that celebrates the wonder and the glory that he has been given all authority in heaven and on earth. What am I grateful for? Well, I'm so glad you asked. This week's Ask RC segment happens to fall on that day in the United States that we celebrate as Thanksgiving, and it's not that unusual of a sort of part of the holiday celebration that when the family sits around the table enjoying the feast that is before them, that each person takes time to express some level of their thanksgiving for something that has been a part of their life over the past year. And I thought this would be a good thing to do on today's podcast. Of course, the first and most important thing that I am thankful for is the work of Jesus on my behalf. The one genuine problem, apart from that work, that I have in my life is that apart from that work, I'm under the wrath of the Father. I'm in rebellion against him and I'm owed his judgment. But God, while we were yet sinners, sent his Son to die for us. I'm grateful that the Father sent him. I'm grateful that the Son, in submission to the Father, came and suffered in my place. I'm grateful for the work of the Spirit in applying that work to me. I don't ever want to have that gratitude sink or diminish or lessen. I want it to every day grow and increase. That is what I'm most grateful for. Beneath that, I am grateful for God's gift of Lisa. She is a profoundly deep and immeasurably powerful gift from God in my life. She is a source of strength. She is a source of delight. She is a source of wisdom. She is a source of grace. She is a source of inspiration. She's my partner. She's my better half. The two of us, by God's grace, have been made one and are being made one as we seek together his kingdom and his righteousness. And there is no one I would rather be walking with in that pursuit. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you might grow a little weary of the good words I have to say about Lisa and the good words that she has to say about me. I want you to understand something. This isn't some habit we decided we ought to do that we read in some marriage book somewhere. This is honest, open, vulnerable reality. I want you to know how dependent I am on Lisa. I want you to know how deeply blessed I am by Lisa. I want you to go and benefit from the wisdom that she puts out there. Let me encourage you to visit her website, The Purpose-Driven Wife. The Purpose-Driven Wife with Lisa Sproul. She puts out a weekly newsletter, and she may be soon having her own podcast. Of course, you can hear her on here every week or so as well. I'm profoundly grateful for Lisa. I'm profoundly grateful for the Church of Jesus Christ, for local church and churches here in the area, for pastors that I know and love. I have 3 pastors and a ruling elder on the board of directors of Dunamis Fellowship, all of whom I'm crazy about and grateful for, and are dear friends, men I respect and admire and look up to. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for the people who come to Sovereign Grace Fellowship. I'm grateful for the people who attend our Monday night Bible studies here in our home or watch online. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the opportunity, Dunamis and this podcast and my website, all of these things that God has given to me through gracious gifts from others, to be able to put out teaching and encouragement that I pray has been helpful to you. I'm grateful for your ears is what I'm trying to say. I'm glad you're willing to tune in. And one of the great things about mentioning that is that I'm not having to thank anybody who's not listening. So if you're listening, hear me, please, and know that I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful for Riley and Donovan. I'm grateful for Ansley and Addison. I'm grateful for friends and neighbors. I'm grateful for snow. I'm grateful for the beautiful home that God's put us in. I'm grateful for friends and for the opportunity to bless and serve friends. And let me say this to you, friends. Let me encourage you to cultivate a spirit of gratitude. You know, most weeks we have a Forever Friends segment, and again, maybe you get tired of it because you don't know these people. But I'm talking to you about my gratitude for them in large part, so that you will think through all that you have to be grateful for in the friends that God has given you throughout your life. So let's together cultivate a spirit of gratitude. Let us always feast before the Lord. Let us not celebrate a single day, but a lifetime of giving thanks. You've been listening to the Jesus Changes Everything podcast, a production of Dunamis Fellowship, the teaching outreach of Dr. R.C. Sproul Jr. If you've enjoyed this podcast, we encourage you to subscribe, which you can do at all the usual outlets, to tell your friends, and to spread the word. To learn more about the work of Dunamis Fellowship, please visit rcsproulJR.com. And join us next time on Jesus Changes Everything.